Hey everyone, it's Prime with Iron Octopus Fitness, but back for another Technique Tuesday, specifically focused on some muscles in your core canister, your multifidis. So these are the muscles that are primarily responsible for spinal stabilization, which means that they are what keep your lower spine upright and stable whenever any outside forces act upon it, or really just all the time. So learning how to engage and strengthen your multifidus is super important, and this exercise today, the bird dog, is going to be a really great exercise for doing so. The bird dog looks like a really simple exercise, but you really have to be focusing on doing it properly to get it to hit the multifidus instead of like random other muscles that you don't actually want to be working. Here we go, the bird dog. The bird dog is an exercise where we're going to move opposite limbs. So I'm going to move my right arm and my left leg at the same time, and then when those come back down, I'm going to move my left arm and my right leg at the same time. If that sounds too difficult, or you try it and moving both opposing limbs at one time is too hard, then you just move one limb at a time. So you just move an arm, and then you just move a leg, and then you move the other arm, and then you move the other leg. So that is an okay variation if you need to take it back a step. But whenever we do any exercise on all fours, we really want to make sure that everything is stacked. So that's kind of the first really important thing. If I'm going to go on all fours, I want to make sure that my shoulder and my elbow and my wrist are all stacked, not that my arms are way out here like this, or that they're way out in front of me. I want everything nice and stacked. Same thing with my hips. So I want my hips stacked over my knee. I don't want my leg out away from my hip at all, or like back behind me, or tucked in too close. I really want those 4 rectangular points of contact anytime I'm doing anything on all fours. Once you're in this position and everything's kind of dug in and you're nice and stable, it's important to check that spine. So the multifidus is what is stabilizing our spine in this exercise and in all exercises. So we really can't start this exercise with like this sort of situation going on, where in this situation with my lower back arched and like, you know, bringing my butt and my chest up and my stomach closer to the ground, like my multifidus is not engaged here, so I'm not going to do anything in this exercise or in this position that's going to strengthen it or engage it. I want to make sure that there might be a slight curve in my back, or it might look pretty flat, and that's what I want. There should also be a pretty straight line from my tailbone all the way up to the crown of my head. So I'm not cranking my head back or tucking my chin down. I'm keeping everything nice and straight. Once we're stacked in this quadruped position, we're going to lift opposing arms and legs. So I'm going to lift my right hand and my left foot up off the ground and extend them out like this. Okay? It's really important that this straight line continues. A lot of people, when they do bird dogs, don't do this. People do this move, where like, again, now I'm getting this curve in my back, so I'm not engaging my multifidus. Whenever you're doing a bird dog, you are reaching your hand straight out towards the wall in front of you, and you're reaching your foot straight back towards the wall behind you, so that you're still in that nice flat line. Then you bring them back to starting position, and then you switch sides. We want to avoid this thing. We want to keep everything engaged and bring them back in. Just like with the other core exercises I showed you, it's super important with the bird dog that you exhale on exertion. So when you are lifting up your limbs, you are breathing out and engaging your core muscles and teaching them to do that brace automatically. So that's the bird dog. Go ahead and give it a try. It's time to strengthen spine stabilizers, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.